Hey guys, this is Andy McCann with CrossFit Garage coming to you from Woodstock, Georgia, and I realize that I don't really give much of an intro on myself, so I'll try to do that every time. But anyway, our job here is to help you become the hero of your own story, and I'm here to answer your health and fitness questions. So the question I got today is from Sharon from Utah, and she said, hey, when should I use, if ever, weight belts and other gear? So I'm going to go into this, and my answer is not very popular, but I'm going to give you my reasoning for it, and then it's going to be like any great answer, it depends. But I'm using this as like one is none and two is one, so I'm doing this for my community and your community, Jack. So you're going to see CrossFit Garage. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see it. That's up. And then I'm going to go through some screens so that it helps me with talking points. But anyway, I've been doing this for about 17 years, and back in 2008, or 2007, when we started, we thought, hey, if we do all this strength and this movement, whatever, our joints are going to be crap and we're going to fall apart. And the real answer to that is no, your body wants to be used. So the Survival Podcast community, the question for you guys is, I'm not really doing any of this stuff, and you said to get started, and it's something I should do. Should I be using implements and other gear to protect myself? And the answer is maybe. So in general, the answer is no, but it's a maybe because it depends on your exact circumstance. So Sharon, I don't really know, but I'm going to say if you have an injury, then that's probably the place where you're going to use it. But if you're just using belts and gear and stuff to get a better score, a higher number, then I would say don't do it and don't do the higher rep. So typically what's going to happen is you're going to have somebody wanting to do a deadlift, and they're going to be building up in weight. And when they get to a certain weight, they're like, you know what, my back is rounding out or my core can't hold it, but my legs or my shoulders or whatever is still strong enough to do the lift. So here's the thing. If your body can't do it, then don't do it. So train yourself to get there rather than putting handicaps in place or stabilizers or whatever when you can't actually do it. So there's this thing, let's go to the far extreme. There is a sport of powerlifting where they go to the bench press and they put on a bench press shirt and then they pull your arms together, right? So is it them lifting it or is it the shirt, right? So they're just adding some other device to help them out. So if you're putting on a weight belt, in order to make your back stable so that you can lift a heavier weight, I would argue go down in weight and lift to gain that control. So I would say no. If you're lifting to impress, I need a big number. The answer is no. If there's something wrong with your back, well, one, maybe you should go see somebody about that, chiropractor, doctor, I don't know, whatever. I don't know what's wrong with your back, but you should train out of it. So a long, long time ago, I was trying to chase down a 400-pound deadlift and messed my back up doing it. I'm a small guy. I shouldn't have been doing that. All the other guys were doing it. So I said, hey, hold my beer. Let's do it. And it wasn't very smart. Ever since then, I have had a bit of a back issue. Now, I have fixed that by one, I don't really deadlift like that very heavy. And two, I roll out my back and my glutes and my legs with a PVC pipe all the time. I've got a video on that. Maybe I'll somehow link it into this video or this talk so Jack can maybe show it. But it's a really basic rolling out, and it's basically kept my back fine for the last 15 years. I don't ever use gear. Now, could you? Again, it depends. If you want to post some number because someone bets you, then I guess maybe, but I think that's just stupid. If your back can't take it, don't do it. So there's other movements like the back squat. Again, it's usually a weight belt for my back. If your core can't hold the weight that you're trying to do, then you shouldn't do it. So there's a lot of other things you can go to. If you go to Amazon, you can find all sorts of gear. My favorite site is Rogue Fitness, and I've got a list of gear pulled up here. I'm just going to run through them so you can kind of understand the trap of gear you get into. So there are weight belts. There are lifting straps that you put around your hand and then you wrap around the bar. There are knee sleeves. They are hand sleeves that basically think of a gymnast puts on these little hand, like rawhide or whatever, to keep them from tearing when they're on the bar. So my answer to you is if you're doing something, I know this isn't strength, this is gymnastics, but it's a gear question. So if you're doing something that's causing your hands to tear on the bar, I would go back and understand, what are you doing that's causing your hands to tear on the bar? And let's fix that first. Rather than putting a Band-Aid over it, let's put some cloth and keep doing it wrong. Let me figure out why. The next one are wrist wraps. People will put these around their hands so that it gives them stability. Now, I've been coaching for a very long time. I watch people when they put their arms up, especially in a press position or an overhead squat, and their hands are bent back really far. They shouldn't be very far back. They should be such that the bar is going through kind of your forearm bone. whatever that's called, radius, oh no, maybe that's in your leg. Anyway, your hands should be up more. If your hand's completely flat back, then yes, of course your hand's gonna hurt. And you should fix that rather than putting a strap around it, kind of band-aid it. So no, I would say for most everybody, don't use any equipment. Understand your body, train it correctly to get you up there. So Sharon, if you have an injury, go talk to someone first. If you have a bulging disc, that could be completely different. And there's really no amount of, I mean, you probably need codeine for that, right? So wraps, straps, and sleeves and all that other stuff are meant to kind of move you along the trajectory a little bit faster than your body maybe wants you to. So I do know guys and girls that wear knee sleeves and it'll warm up their knees, and maybe that's a thing. I like to work out in pants and a hoodie so that I'm really warm, especially in the winter. So yeah, if you're wearing knee sleeves because it feels like, hey, my knees are getting warmed up, then great, and I don't want to wear pants, right? So knee sleeves would work in that case. If you're wearing knee sleeves because it hurts when I go down, then I would say let's understand what the pain is. Okay, so would I wear gear? No. If I'm going for strength, shouldn't I be lifting heavy? No. So if you look up standard hypertrophy models, it's usually like 3 sets of 10, and it's not really going to be crazy heavy in the sense of a 1 rep max. It's going to be stuff that you can do, but you want to build your body up and around that. All right, hopefully that answers your question. If you got other questions, you can email me, andy@crossfitgarage.com. I'll put them on Jack and my podcast and whatever so you can hear it. And I am happy to help you guys with whatever you got. Right now, the questions are very minimal, so I can answer them and I can work with you directly. I am in Woodstock, so actually coming to see me is really tough, but I'm happy to help. All right, guys, you guys take care and have a great day.